Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or whether we agree with each other or not. So by now, you know about the whites only town that they started in Arkansas, and they say they're going to expand them all over the United States. And they say they're going to enforce the whites only. They don't want any Jews, even if they're white. They don't want you there. Whites only. They definitely don't want any black people there. But something tells me that some kind of way, some black person are going to find their way up in that place. But they say they don't want you there. And they are very adamant about that. And they said black people ought not be mad because they are starting at whites on the town, because they would be happy if black people would start a functioning, decent black people on the town. So listen to this.
It's so weird watching black people get mad at white people for starting functioning white communities. It's like, you know how happy we'd be to see black people start a functioning black community? Like, we would leave you to it. We would be, oh my goodness, good for you guys. Unironically, please.
Isn't it ironic and even amusing how black people always end up in other people's conversation? Even when we don't know we're supposed to be in the conversation, there we are in the middle of the conversation. Just like when Charlie Kirk met with his unfortunate incident, and they were bringing black people in it. So we just get caught up in stuff that we don't even know we're supposed to be in. Like, I don't know any black person that's upset about these people starting these towns. Matter of fact, black people have been laughing about it. The people who have been talking about it have been white people. Just like, listen to this. And then I'm going to let y'all get to the town meeting. It's coming, but I want you to get some background.
So only white people are going to be allowed. What do you mean people aren't mad about that? Okay, but they're supposed to get really mad about it.
So this is a parody on what those people in that whites on the town are doing. She's actually making fun of them, but she is mimicking what they would be saying about people being upset about it, just like the guy said black people would be upset about it. So let's listen to her.
Well, how about not just only whites, but no Jews either? We want whites only that are non-Jews. And we have the best attorney. Nobody's suing us over this? What do you mean nobody cares? Just laughing? No, I mean, Arkansas, the great state of northern Arkansas, who doesn't want to come to this community of ours? No one wants to come to Arkansas.
So she's showing the surprise that she thinks that those white people are showing when they realize that nobody cares about them having a whites only town and nobody wants to come.
The real estate agent told us everyone wanted that piece of property. Okay, well, so we'll just start in Arkansas, then we're gonna move to Missouri. Missouri's even prettier. Still nobody? How about I say it louder? Whites only community. We're gonna broadcast it, let everyone know only whites, non-Jewish. How segregated can we get this? Still no. Okay, so we'll call this whole thing Return to the Land. Does that make people mad? It does, because it's funny coming from white people returning to a land that was never theirs. Okay, so we'll call it Return to the Land. We'll start in Arkansas, expand to Missouri. What if we say we're going to go into all 50 states? Does that make people mad? They're still ignoring us. How is the top liked comment, no one gives a shit?
Now, the reason I find this amusing is because this is a white person talking about how white people would respond to something like this. Now, she knows her people, so she knows what she's doing. So she knows that they're trying to get attention. They want people to care about them moving off away from everybody else, because there are enough sundown towns in America that if they wanted to be in a whites only town, they could already find one, because some of those towns are here in the South and they don't have a Walmart. They don't have decent grocery stores. They don't have a mall. A lot of them businesses don't flock to those sundown towns. So black people like convenience. So they don't, so they can have their sundown towns and nobody would care.
Okay, well, we need to set up some interviews. The second most liked comment is Good Riddance Whiteys. Okay, now I'm offended. We need to get this on national news because we want people pissed off, because that's the only way we can feel anything emotionally, you know. It's gonna build our homes. What about the Mexican restaurants? Who's going to open and run those? I don't know if we thought this all the way through.
If they thought they were doing something that was going to upset black people, they failed, because all black people are saying is good riddance. We don't care. And we're not going to follow you to some godforsaken place in Arkansas that nobody wants to live in anyway. So, anyway, that's what she had to say. But now that they've gotten established and they have a town meeting, here comes another white woman doing a parody on the town meeting, and I think it's funny too. So listen.
Welcome everybody to our first meeting of our newly established whites only town. Thank y'all for being here. First order of business, we need to pick a name. Do I have any ideas? Yes. Whitopia. I don't like it, that's stupid. Any other ideas? Yes. Imbredia. That just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Imbredia. I like it. All in favor. Imbredia it is. Thank you.
Now, in case y'all don't know what that means, inbreeding, they're talking about the inbreeding that white people claim takes place in those sundown towns, in those little places where white people move off in the woods all by themselves. They said there's a lot of inbreeding going on. Now, not my words, theirs. When I moved to Georgia and was teaching at a school that was 98% white, there was a white teacher from Alabama that was hired at the school the same time I was. And the white people were joking her about being from Alabama and the inbreeding that takes place in Alabama between those people. I hadn't heard it before. I didn't know that, but that's what they say. So that's what this woman is talking about. So she's really, letting the cat out of the bag.
Okay, next thing we need to discuss is, since it is only us whites, we have to decide who we're going to blame when everything goes wrong for us. Any ideas? Yes, Joe Biden. Always a great choice. However, I am looking for someone within the Imbredia community. Yes, Bill. Is Bill that fellow with just that one tooth?
This is hilarious to me. Who are we going to blame when things go wrong? Because there won't be any black people around. So who are we going to blame? They wanted to call Biden, but Biden doesn't live in the community. So it had to be one of them.
I like that. I think Bill would be a good choice. Everyone in favor? Excellent, Bill, it shall be. Oh, Bill, sit your gummy ass mouth down. You're going to be the reason for all our problems. All right, how about some laws within Imbredia? Anybody? Yes. Marrying cousins. I don't know why you would even ask that. Of course you can marry your cousins. Many of those who will be joining us already have cousin wives and cousin husbands.
If you live in the north, the northeast, the far west, you may not know about this. But if you live in the south, you've probably heard whiffles of this.
Okay, I think that about wraps it up for me today. I'm pretty tired and I need a cigarette. Next time we will continue discussing what laws we will establish in our great Imbredia. Thank y'all so much.
This woman is funny, and I think I follow her. And it lets you know that white people actually know what's going on in this country and what has gone on in this country. And they have kept their mouths shut. But I think that people are just, tired of it, because it's just not hitting the same. All this racism stuff is not quite hitting the same the way it has in the past. And you know why? Because it has started to affect them. Racism costs. It costs everybody. And now they are starting to feel it. So they are taking a stand in their own way. And I'm here for it because this is their fight. I continue to say that this is their fight. Until they get upset, until they are affected by some of this stuff, we won't see the change that we need to see in this country. So anyway, y'all, let me know what you think about the video. Did you think it was funny? Thank you for listening and have a good evening.